What I am wondering from you guys is whether you would go back to high school for one day. Guys, do you remember when I used to film segments while I was washing the bottles? Last night, Brandon was like, hey, do you remember when you used to do that? And I was like, yeah, I do. That seems like a long time ago. It really wasn't that long ago. But what happened was Brandon started being even more of a superstar husband than he already is, and started washing the bottles for me in the mornings before he goes to work. And it's so extremely helpful, especially when we were showing the house. And I haven't had to do it all day. Like, it's so nice. We just do it in the mornings, then once before we go to bed, and it's been so nice. So I haven't had to do one of these for a while, but we're gonna do it today. My topic for today stems from a dream that I had last night. So I had a dream, and it was weird, so bear with me. Also, I'm sick, so bear with me on that too. But I had a dream that I was going back to high school after being on maternity leave, after having Hudson, which I think is really random. And I wasn't like high school age, I was like 27 like I am now. And I like got back to school and I couldn't remember my locker combination. And I was so frustrated because I've had dreams where I've forgotten it before. And so in my dream I was like, oh my gosh, I always forget my locker combination. This is so frustrating. And so I went to go to the office to get my combination. And some teacher said something to me. I don't know, she was kind of rude, I guess. And so I was rude back to her. And then I got sent to the office because I was being rude to a teacher. So it was weird, but stressful. It's still stressful to me when I forget my locker combination in my dreams. I don't understand how I still have dreams like that. I have been graduated for almost 10 years. And granted, I used lockers for 7 years of my life, but I don't know, it's just a weird thing. So anyway, what I am wondering from you guys is whether you would go back to high school for one day. So you could choose the year, and you could choose to avoid certain times of that year if you had something bad happen or whatever. If you could pick to just go back to a normal day of high school, would you go? Because I know a lot of people say that they hated high school and that they would never go back. And I think my freshman, sophomore, and junior year I was at one school, and then I transferred to a new school my senior year. And I don't know that I would necessarily want to go back to the first 3 years of high school, because it just it wasn't great. I didn't really like that school. My friend group was kind of rocky sometimes. So I don't think I'd go back to that school, but I would go back to the new school, the one I went to senior year, in a heartbeat, because I loved it. So it was a new school that opened. And being a senior, we got to choose whether or not we went there or stayed at our current high school. So my high school, my graduating class, only had 150 kids in it. And it was really great because I feel it wasn't cliquey. Everyone was friends with each other to a point. Our bell schedule was kind of weird, so we didn't all see each other during passing periods, but everyone still kind of knew who everyone was, and no one was mean to each other. As far as I'm aware, there wasn't really any drama that went on, and it was great. It was really great. I liked that aspect of it. Also that year, my best friend she had gone to a different high school, and so we both were finally able to go to the same school again. Just ignore Milo back there on top of the fridge. But we were both able to go to the same school again, so I loved that. And we had a class together it was so much fun. We just had a great time. Seriously, Milo? Anyway, so that was really fun. And then I also was a cheerleader in high school, and I loved my team senior year so much. I'm still super close with a lot of the girls. Even though we don't talk a ton, I still feel we're always there for each other, and if we got together, we could just pick up right where we left off. And I've actually known a lot of these girls since middle school. I cheered with them in middle school too, and then all through high school, but senior year our team was just like, it was so good. And so I would go back to that. I would. I liked school, I liked my teachers, I liked learning, I liked going to cheer practice, I liked going to games. I would do it, I really would. And I know that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily, because not everyone has a great high school experience. And you know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I can remember certain times at the other high school that I didn't like. I wasn't like bullied, but there was one instance that I didn't recognize until years later, that this group of kids were not being nice to me, which is, I mean, it's fine, it's whatever. I'm obviously totally fine, and it was not by any means a terrible thing, but I wouldn't go back to that school. It was just, it wasn't a great school. But I would go back to senior year of high school. And I feel like that was kind of rambly, but I would do it. I think that, like, by no means did I peak in high school, not even close. But I enjoyed it. I had a lot of great friends there, and it was just fun. I don't know. I joined choir senior year. I had always been like way too nervous to join choir. And so I'd never auditioned for it until senior year. I had a free period second semester that I wanted to fill with something besides like being an office aide. And so I decided to be brave and audition for choir, because my best friend was in choir too. And I went to go audition, and that day, what happened? Oh, we had a bomb threat. And so I didn't get to audition because we had a bomb threat. And then the next time I went in to go audition, the teacher was really busy with other stuff. And so he had a couple of my friends in there that were already in choir, and he was like, can you vouch for her? Can she sing? And they were like, yeah, she can sing. And so I just got into choir without having to audition, which was fantastic, because I am very nervous to sing in front of people. But I enjoyed choir a lot. That was a lot of fun for me, and I really wish that I had joined sooner. But yeah, that's another thing about high school that I look back on with good memories. So anyways, I just want to know like what you guys think. Did you love high school? Did you hate high school? Would you go back to it? And while we're at it, like, tell me what your most favorite year of school was, because I really enjoyed school. Like I said, I like learning, and I liked the social aspect of it. And probably to a point, I was a teacher's pet, and I always got along with my teachers, and I loved like talking to them and everything. But I really liked, senior year was good, and then 8th grade was also really great. 8th grade, I also went to a new school, so it was kind of the same situation as high school, and that's where I actually met my best friend, and it was just fun. I was a cheerleader then too. That was my first year doing cheer. And yeah, I liked all the teachers. Anyway, so yeah, that's my experience. And I don't know, I look back at high school and I liked it. I think it was great. I think that being an adult is better in some aspects, but I also kind of miss like having that built-in like social interaction every single day and learning new things. I mean, it's kind of like how college was too, but in college, like, it's a lot bigger. You're not necessarily friends with everyone that's in your class, and I don't know. Maybe it's just because I stay at home by myself now and I don't talk to anybody. Maybe that's why I would go back to high school for a day, but I wouldn't want to do it forever. There's no way, and I would never want to do anything that would change where I am now, because I love my life. I love Brandon, I love Hudson, I love our other babies, and I love living in Utah. I like kind of hate that I just felt that way, but I do. Like, Utah's been really great to us, and the second time around, not necessarily the first time around, but yeah. Anyway, rambly emotions. I'm super tired, so I'm just gonna stop there while I still have your attention a little bit. Anyways, put in the comments, let me know your guys' thoughts on high school, school, being an adult, whatever you want to talk about. I'm ready to talk today. Hudson's been asleep for a while, so I've got a little bit of time on my hands. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking for real now. Have a good day, guys.